everyone. This is like 24, and today we're gonna be discussing a little bit about the current metagame and how to try to get to those higher tier levels. Now, a lot of people, or some of you, have actually messaged me and said that you really need to spend some money to remain competitive, and in my opinion, that's not the case. I did make a tutorial on getting a completely free competitive deck without having to spend any gems or anything. I will link it in the description below, so you can go ahead and take a look at it. But I'm gonna have to warn you, I did make a script for it, and it does sound a little kind of monotonish. It is a little bit kind of boring, but it's extremely informative. Now, for this deck, the current deck that I'm going to show you, it's very similar to that. However, I did change a couple of cards, and the cards that I changed was it was two cards that I pulled from. I can't remember if it was from Neo Impact or from some other one. It was one of the Element monsters. Here, I'll show you. Okay, so the monster I was talking about is this one. It's Element Doom. Now you don't have to necessarily run Element Doom. You can run any of the other Element monsters. The only thing that's relevant with this card is that it has the Earth effect, where it negates the effect of an effect monster that is this card destroys by battle. Now, the reason you want that specific effect is because it this monster has an out to the Yomi ships, the 4-star ladybugs, the Hanes, and all those flip effect and destruction monsters that are currently flooded in those high tier kind of gold 3 to gold 5 games. As long as you have this guy or any of the other element monsters, because I think most of them have the earth effect, and they're extremely common and easy to get. If you don't have them, I do suggest that you buy like 4 or 5 packs and try to get at least a pair of one of the element monsters. Doesn't have to be that one. The only reason I chose that one is because it does have that secondary wind where it can attack twice, and why we do run some wind in this deck. The Harpy Ladies are all wind. The deck is extremely good. The only thing that it's kind of gets you bricked is when you draw the three Elegant Egotist and the Harpy Lady Sisters, but that rarely happens, but it does happen. So it's like 1 out of 10 games that you do tend to break, and I think you shouldn't have any problems with that. All of these cards are actually free. You can easily get them. The dragons, what you'll do is you'll have to grind and play against the level either 30 or 40 Rex and try to pull them. Just play several games until you have the set of the full 6 cards, and then when you reach my at level 25, you should have all the Harpy Lady cards, including the trap card. The spell card is you actually get them extremely soon in the game. I think once you reach Yami Yugi at level 2, I think you get them. And there was a second character that when you reach a level 2, you get another one, or I'm not sure if you get one for free at the beginning. And the only card I got of the card trader was the Ryuryoku, and this card is it's not that expensive in the card trader, so do try to get at least 2 copies. You can run it with 3 copies. Just it does give you an out to everything. This deck is extremely consistent and extremely good, especially when you go first. What this deck tries to do, it tries to swarm the opponent, and it doesn't let him do anything. The only problem card that kind of should like is a problem for this deck is the mirror wall. But in some games, as you'll see in some of the example games that I have, mirror wall didn't really do anything. It just kind of prolonged the your win. But most of the time, if you start out with a D spell, you win the game. As you kind of, if you go against the water deck, you just get rid of their field spell and they can't do anything. And then you just swarm them, and that's that. If you go against a mirror match or something, you will still have the upper hand because most mirror matches are not running the Harpy Ladies, and the Harpy Lady kind of gets you to where you can win. Now, if you're the only problem that this deck has, like I said, it's getting your hand to brick, and that's the only reason I've lost. I've actually only lost 2 games with this deck, and I did play. It was I'm currently in gold 2 or 3. Now, You shouldn't have any problems. If you are having problems, I'm not entirely sure what to tell you, but this is a very competitive deck, and it will win you a ton of games. It will get you to those higher ranks. For the continuous season, I will try to get hopefully to platinum and maybe king of the games with this deck. That way, I'll have a ton of content for you guys. And if you have questions or if you have any suggestions with other free cards to kind of make this deck better, feel free to leave them down there in the comment. Okay, so if you are enjoying the videos, if you are enjoying the content, don't forget to leave a like and a comment. They do really, really help. They kind of make it to where YouTube distributes the videos more often and it gets to more people. So it does really help for you to leave a like and maybe a comment just saying, look, I enjoyed your video. Thanks for the video. Thanks for the tips. Anything helps. And if you are really enjoying them, don't forget to subscribe. I will try to most likely do one video a day, and then 2 to 3 if it's an event or if it's something that I kind of need to get out to you guys. Now, I've been asked that how come I don't do like gossip videos or what stuff's coming out. I don't really want my channel to be one of those videos. If you want to follow gossip or if you want to kind of be up to date on what's happening or kind of what's gonna be released here in the near future, there's a ton of other YouTubers you can follow. I'm not really trying to go for the that informative, gossipy type of videos, as I really don't have the time to be out there looking for gossip or to be on Reddit 24/7, as I do have a job. So, like I said, I'm gonna try to focus more on the competitive kind of aspect of the game, and I will give you a ton of competitive gameplay, and I'll try to give you some deck profiles and things like that. But I will not do like the gossip things like, ooh, they found this type of data when they mined the game, or they're upgrading the game to this. You're not gonna find that in my channel. Alright, so like I said, if you are enjoying the videos, leave a comment with a like, and don't forget to subscribe.